Well, good morning, everybody. We've got another rainy day. And I just wasn't sure what to do with it. You can see I still got a little bit of a cough, and what's causing that is the heater running. It blows air out of the vent, and what little bit of pollen or dust that settle down in the vent and the air ducts blow up in the house and stir up everything. So I'll be still coughing a little bit off and on, just because of that, until it all blows out of the vents. But anyway, what are y'all doing today? What are y'all up to? I didn't know what to do because of another rainy day, so I just decided to get on here and go live. See how many people showed up. I look a mess. That's the reason I just put candles out this morning. Well, it shows I got a few people coming in. Nobody in chat yet. Yeah. The few things I had to do in the garden I can't do because it's raining today. Another rainy day in Texas, but I'm not complaining. We need this rain. Little buddy come in, got his breakfast. Well, he's been in and out ever since before daylight this morning. But he finally come in and I gave him his breakfast, and then he wanted back out. Of course, he got petted a little bit before he went out. He likes attention. He loves attention. But the rain had broke a little bit. It's really not raining right at the moment, even though everything is wet and it looks gloomy outside. So he picks those opportunities to go outside and prowl around the yard a little bit. It gets to raining, he'll be back at the door wanting in. He's not stupid. He'll come in out of the rain, that's for sure. Well, I figured somebody would come in to chat this morning. I guess some people aren't even awake yet. Oh, there's April Flowers. Good morning, April. Oh my goodness, I know it's early where you're at in Hawaii. It's probably not even daylight yet. How's April this morning? 5:36. Yeah, I figured it was pretty early. Because you're what? Yeah, you're 4 hours earlier than me. So that's pretty early. I hit that cord and caused it to make a sound. Sitting in my bed having coffee. Well, that's the best thing to be doing. I'm having coffee too. And I decided since I can't do a video outside, I'd just go ahead and go live and talk a little bit. Give some of my ladies opportunity to get in chat and talk. Wish it would rain there. Well, maybe it'll leave here in a day or two and head your way. How's that? $67 degrees. Well, it's still pretty chilly here. I don't think this has been updated. Let me see. See what the temperature is here this morning. It just rolled over to 45 degrees here in Texas, April. So we're still a little chilly. But it's not it's not freezing cold like it has been. And I keep bumping this camera. It's bouncing around. It's not on the best tripod right now, so. It'll be hot today with no wind. Yeah, you always appreciate just a little bit of breeze blowing if it's real hot. Yeah, it's 45 degrees here right now. No wind, but it is rainy. It looks real gloomy outside. Well, thank you, April. I said I need to put the camera on something other than my ugly face this morning. I didn't want to scare people off. So I just put my candles together. Believe it or not, the two on the end, the white candles, they're battery operated candles. They're not even burning. They look like they're burning because they're battery operated, but the other two are real. You can tell I didn't plan this because I didn't put in a good thumbnail or anything to advertise the video. What's your plans in Hawaii today, April? Gonna be doing anything exciting around the homestead there? Oh, washer man is coming to fix your washing machine? Yeah, you might need that, huh? I know I had to hand wash some of my clothes when my washing machine was broken down, waiting to get a repairman out. I don't particularly like washing clothes by hand, but, you know, you can do it. That is, if you don't have a lot to do. I mean, if I had a whole house full of people that I was washing clothes for, there's no way I want to do it by hand. Very hard to get a repairman there. I bet. It's not easy getting one here either, April. Not one you can trust anyway. I hate when I have to call somebody to repair anything. If they do it right, they charge you a fortune to do it. Since I don't have my old plumber here for outside lines or anything, I took out this insurance, and it's just covering your water lines. So if any of my outside lines bust or break or anything happens, I call these guys, they come fix it, and it may or may not cost me maybe $50. So it's worth the $3 or $4 you pay a month to have the insurance. And they'll repair anything up to, I think, like $10,000 in repairs. So I felt like, the way things are with me with repair guys, it's a good thing to have. Otherwise, I call these repairmen to come out, and they're going to charge me probably anywhere to $400 to $600 or more to do whatever the repair would be. Well, I just have actually two water lines. I've got the one main water line going to the water meter in the backyard, and then I've got a line that branches off from that goes toward the shed that has my outside spigot on. So that's the two outside ones I have. I don't have a big deal, but if you had to repair either one of them, it would cost a fortune. I tell you, I'm astounded at what it costs to get repair people out to do anything nowadays. Yeah, that can be a lot of digging, but usually my lines are not that deep because of the rock. And usually if there's a break in the line, there's going to be water above ground. So they can pretty much tell about where that break is. I mean, still, it's going to be some digging, but the wet area is going to be the tell-off of where the broken line is. I got something in the mail yesterday that I'm still almost flabbergasted about, because I wasn't even sure Montgomery Ward still existed. But I got a catalog for Montgomery Ward. Because sometimes I used to order stuff from them in their catalogs. And we used to have a JCPenney catalog. We used to have a Sears catalog. And I loved ordering stuff out of those catalogs. I could usually get stuff in one of those catalogs that I couldn't go to the store and buy. Now they got a 7th Avenue that sends out spring catalogs. I got one of those. It's always good to have options. Whew, I know, gosh, April. You just wait in anticipation of a really high price. Yeah, if I had to get my cesspool repaired and it cost me $8,000, I'd be wary about getting a repairman out to do the washing machine, I'm telling you. They could almost put in a brand new cesspool for $8,000. But I take that back. Not the way they charge today. I'd hate to see what even putting in a septic tank or septic lines or anything would cost now compared to what it used to be years ago. Prices have like quadrupled over the years. Yeah, I can imagine. Being out there on the island, it was probably more of like a little tourist place. And you probably didn't have many stores at all, maybe a couple of shops. Yeah, we had a Woolworth here too, but it's been gone many years. We used to have a Sears store too. I mean, it was an outlet. It was just a place that sold some appliances like washing machines, air conditioners, and stuff like that. But it was also a mail order store. You could order stuff from Sears and they deliver it to that store, and you just run out there and pick it up, and it was the most convenient thing. But they don't have it anymore. You can't order through Sears the way you used to. We used to have a Montgomery Ward store in Fort Worth. That's not there anymore. So I was surprised that they still have a catalog. So I said, at least you can still order some things from them if you want to. You have a Walmart, Target, Costco, TJ Maxx, and Ross. Yeah. Well, we have any store here in Granbury now you want to go to. We've got any restaurant type in Granbury that you want to go to. Years ago, we didn't have that. We did have a Walmart, but it was not the super center. It was just a regular Walmart, and it didn't have a grocery section. So, I mean, we did have grocery stores like Brookshire, Kroger. We had a David's grocery store. We still have a David's, but I hardly ever go there. But now, I mean, used to we'd have to go to Fort Worth for a lot of things, or to go out to eat, because there was just not choices in Granbury to go out to eat at a restaurant. Now you don't have to go anywhere but Granbury. There's every kind of restaurant you can imagine. There's every kind of store imaginable. Now our Walmart is a super center, which has a full-size grocery store inside, which I shop at probably 75% of the time. I mean, I do go to H-E-B or Kroger or Brookshire occasionally. Just depends on what their sales are. Yeah, now it's Amazon. Yep. I do order stuff on Amazon off and on all the time. I order Little Buddy's cat food from Amazon. A Whole Foods. Yeah, we don't have a Whole Foods here. But we got enough grocery stores. We don't need any more grocery stores. And there's my lady, Gladys. Hello. Good morning, Gladys. How are you this morning? We were talking about mail order catalogs like Sears, J.C. Penney, Montgomery Ward, 7th Avenue. You just can't order and buy stuff, like you used to. It's all Amazon, different websites now that you go to. I didn't give anybody any warning, Gladys, that I was going live. I just decided at the last minute to do it. Didn't make a thumbnail or anything. But it's raining today again here in Texas, so I can't do anything outside. Oh, you were watching my video, chickpeas? Yeah, it was a little short video. Only about 9 or 10 minutes, I think. But I thought it was neat. I love chickpeas roasted like that. I don't particularly like them any other way, but I do love them roasted. And they're good in a salad if you roast them like that. And they're even better to eat them hot. I mean, they're good cold roasted, but they're even better if you eat them while they're still hot. You like chickpeas too, April? Well, I've always heard, they're so healthy for you. And I tried them in a salad one time, just like they come, and I did not like them. But I love them roasted. They're almost like eating a peanut or something, if you roast them. They're really good that way. Oh, you love the heart cookies I made? That recipe's over 50 years old. I used to make cookies and take it to my son and my daughter's classrooms when they were little in elementary school, back when I was room mother. Years ago, each classroom had a room mother. And that room mother would organize their little Christmas parties, their Easter parties, St. Patty's Day parties, stuff like that. And you were in charge of bringing cupcakes or cookies or different things in for the party. You could bake your own back then. Now they won't accept anything if it's not packaged and bought from a store. But I used to make candy cane cookies at Christmas, and for their parties I'd make Easter egg cakes for Easter time. I just did something special for each occasion when I did parties for their class. And the kids loved it. You used to make treats too for class? Make hummus with chickpeas. I've never tried that, April. I still feel like crap. I have the flu, coughing. Oh no. I'm sorry. I didn't realize you had the flu, Gladys. But it is flu season, so people have to be careful. I picked up a couple of things at Dollar Tree yesterday. Was fine the whole time I was in the store until I got to the register. And then I had a couple of little coughs, and the one cashier asked me, she says, "Are you sick?" I said, "No, it's allergies." And I said, "I know with the rain my allergies have cleared up quite a bit." But I said, just walking around the store, breathing air in here, just from people picking up stuff and putting it down, it stirs up a little bit of pollen or dust that's settled on the items in the store. And that's just enough to set my allergies off. So I had breathed something that caused me to cough. Something she moved around at the register, I guess. And like I was saying earlier, I still cough when I'm in the house, even though it's raining. It's not as bad, but there's still dust or pollen trapped in the air ducts. And every time that heater comes on and the blower comes on and it starts blowing air out of the ducts, it blows that little bit of dust or pollen that's settled in the air ducts up into the room in the house. And if I'm anywhere close by, I'll breathe it and start coughing. Good morning, Lisa. How is Lisa this morning? Well, those are not scented candles. The red one is just a red candle. It's not scented. The white ones are battery operated, so they are not even really burning, even though they look like it. And the other one, it is scented mildly, not much, but I usually can tolerate it. Yeah, I would not have lit a candle, four of them especially, that had scented stuff in them. That would have drove me crazy this morning. Incense, I don't ever burn incense in my house. I guess I'm allergic to it. I tried it back when it was so popular and everybody was burning those stick incense in their house. And all I did was cough and get a headache. So I threw it all away. And I said, well, I'll never buy that stuff again. And to me, it didn't smell very good either. Oh, you used to have a chickpea roasting company there. How neat, April. Well, she may be at work too. I didn't even think about that. Connie may be at work. I don't know where Susie might be. I didn't notify anybody. But she should get a notification that I'm live. I finally made it to the store to pick up envelopes, but I don't know. I may should have waited and just got envelopes at the post office. I'm not sure if there's going to be any difference in the price. So I may have been better off just to get the free envelopes at the post office. I'll check when I go in. And if that's the case, I can always switch. But they started raising the postage on me. I mean, before I could put a little ring or something in an envelope and mail it for just a couple of stamps. Now they're charging me anywhere from $5 for a small envelope with a little ring in it. No work today for Connie? Huh, I don't know. Let me see if I can send her a message. Well, I don't think I can. I don't know what Susie's doing. I don't know if I have Connie's information in this. No, I don't have Connie's information in this phone to where I can send her anything. So I guess I won't. But I was able to send Susie one. Lisa's doing good. It's my day off, and I'm glad I caught your live. Well, I'm glad you caught it too, Lisa, because I didn't plan it. I just decided at the last minute to go live because it's rainy outside. I didn't have a cooking video to do this morning. Don't even know what I want to do for the next one, so I just decided to go live for a little bit. Just sit and chat with everybody. I wanted one of those cookies you made. They look good. They are good, April. And then they're not over the top sweet either. I thought I was going to make red cookies, but they turned out being pink because that's all the red food coloring I had. But that's okay. Pink is for Valentine's too. And it's a great recipe if you want to do something with your kids, you know. If you got some little kids that would get into making cookies, they'd be great because, like I said, the consistency of the dough is more like Play-Doh. And they would get the feeling they're playing with Play-Doh making cookies than real Play-Doh. Little buddy just went outside. He got his breakfast and he went out. There's just a little bit of a break in the rain, so he's out prowling around the yard. He'll be back in when it starts raining. He's not a fool. He don't stay out in the rain. Oh, me. Days like this makes me want to do like a bear. I just want to hibernate. It's only like 45 degrees outside, which is not freezing cold, but it's still chilly. And with it rainy and damp, you just want to cuddle up in a blanket and take a nap. Yeah, see there, April, your dog is smart. He's asleep on the couch. That's the best place for that dog to be, is asleep on the couch. I could stay here until the nurse comes to check on me. Well, that's good, Gladys. He cuddles up in a ball. That's the way little buddy did yesterday and last night. He got on the foot of my bed and he just cuddled up in a ball. He looked like a fur ball. Yeah, they like to keep their noses warm. I need some vegetable soup. Yeah, you know what? I do too. That might be an idea for a video with some vegetable soup. Yeah, I made the chicken soup. I made beef soup. I've made a lot of soups lately, but I didn't make just a strictly straight vegetable soup. I might make one of those. I might do that this afternoon. Yep, comfort food on a cold, rainy day. A bowl of good hot soup of any kind. I hear our sanitation truck running down the street. This is my pickup day, so I made sure my garbage can was out on the street last night. Yeah, there's always chores that have to be done around the house, Lisa. I've got things that need to be done, but I'm not motivated to do them. Yeah, I love cooked apples with cinnamon and sugar. Yeah, I'd love to be able to do that, Gladys. Just blink my eyes like Genie and just blink you over some soup. Yeah, I Dream of Jeannie. I used to love to watch that. I said it'd be so neat just to wiggle your nose like she did and make things happen. Just think, I could wiggle my nose. I could have my electric bill paid for the rest of my life. I could have all bills paid for the rest of my life. I could blink my nose and wiggle my nose and blink my eyes and all of a sudden have a huge bank account balance. There's a lot you could do to help yourself if you were a genie. You hear the wind picking up outside, April? Well, it's real calm here still. I don't think we're supposed to get any wind today. Yes, it would be cool, Gladys. Or blink your eyes and end up in Hawaii. Or blink your eyes and end up in Connecticut. And not even get on an airplane. Oh, you got a storm coming from the south, huh, April? Well, thank goodness ours is not a storm. It's just a rainy day. It's just a real calm, rainy day. Yeah, I was debating earlier whether to go live this morning now or wait till this evening and go live. I wasn't sure when would be the best time. Gladys says it's raining there. Yeah, on the rainy, dreary, cool days, I like soup. A good hot bowl of soup or a good hot bowl of chili. April said she can hear the big waves crashing. Huh. Oh, wow, that would be scary. 60 foot high? 60 foot high waves would be terrifying to me. Gonna get some sweet potatoes and bake them. That sounds good. Okay, Gladys, go ahead and text Connie if you can. Warm up the house baking. Yeah, that's what I love to do on a really freezing cold day when the house is still chilly. You know, even though your heater's running and you still get a chill, I love to bake because it warms up the whole house. I know, April, men surf those waves. I'm not a daredevil. I couldn't do that. Would be terrifying to me. Yep, YouTube probably does have some videos of it, April. They don't have videos of me doing it, though. Yeah, talking about maintenance agreements or insurances on stuff. I used to have maintenance agreements on my washing machine, freezer, microwave, all kind of electrical stuff with Sears. But it got to the place where the maintenance agreement every year cost me as much as the new appliance would cost. So I eventually had to drop it. It was costing too much money. I said it'd be cheaper just to buy a new freezer if mine broke down than to keep the maintenance agreement on it. Yeah, I know she wasn't feeling well yesterday either, Gladys. Connie's not been doing too good lately. Used to have a friend that surfed, but now his knees give out. Yeah. All our bodies get older. Things start to go downhill. We're just like an automobile. You can only put so many miles on a car before you got to do repairs. And that's the way our bodies are, unfortunately. Only sometimes with our bodies you can't repair them. It's not as simple as replacing a part. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. I love looking through the catalogs and looking at the draperies and the bedspreads and all that kind of stuff. Makes me want to change everything in my bedrooms. And Montgomery Ward usually has some pretty good deals on draperies and bedspreads, stuff like that. I love looking at their grandfather clocks. I've got a grandfather clock, but the clock's quit working and the pendulum doesn't swing on it anymore. And I kept saying over the years I was going to try to find somebody to fix it. I could probably replace the clock part of it myself, but I don't know about repairing the pendulum to get it to swing again. I love grandfather clocks. My son says, Mom, why don't you just get rid of it? It doesn't work. I said, well, it can be fixed. Do you not have insurance to cover your surgeries, Lisa? My insurance, or my Medicare with my supplement, would cover probably any surgery that I needed. It's just being down for the time it takes, to heal up and have somebody with you to do things. Yeah, April, all of our bodies are wearing out. And I've got 10 years on you, so my body's wearing out. That's one reason I don't get real motivated in the mornings to get busy. It's usually I wake up and I'm aching all over because all my muscles in my body relax. And that's when a little bit of pain kicks in. So I'm not really in bad pain. I just ache a little. And it just kind of wants to make you sit down and not do nothing. Oh, I wish I had flowers to plant. It's not warm enough here to think about planting them, though. Yeah, I gotta wait about another month before I can do any planting here. And there's Paws in the garden. Good morning, Paws. How are you doing this morning? So happy you could drop in. Gotta head to work. Well, I know that's true. Gotta make a paycheck, pay those bills. Oh, you're going to be using your flowers for ink and print or dye and print. Well, it's nice that you know how to do all that, April. When it dries off, I got to get out there and collect more of my marigold seeds, and I need to tool some more of those sunflowers because I noticed the birds have been eating the sunflower seeds out of the lower flowers. So I need to get out there and tool a few more of them because the more of those seeds I can save, the better I like it. Save some so I can give them away on trivia nights. Yeah, that is true to some extent, Lisa. The older you get, the more aches and pains you have. That's when life starts rebelling. Well, that's good, April, that you can create stuff and make garments as well. You enjoy my sewing videos? Well, I'm going to have to put together one to make that apron that I kept saying I was going to make. I sold the last one I made on Poshmark, so I need to make another one. I get tired of wearing my black one and my green one in my videos. I need to come up with a new one. I need to go to Walmart, though, and pick up some material. I don't have the right material to make the one I want to make, so. You're crocheting a baby blanket? Oh, I bet it's pretty, April. I hear little buddy at the door. Let me go let him in. He wants more food. Have to walk in front of my candles. There you go. He likes to get his breakfast first thing. And then about an hour or so later, he likes to come in and get brunch. Mandela's color. Oh, wow. You still owed several $1,000s? Well, I guess that's the good thing about Medicare with your supplement. If you get a decent supplement, usually it pays 100% of everything with Medicare. But you know, Medicare doesn't pay for everything. I mean, like cosmetic type surgeries, it doesn't pay for. Go on tonight? Well, I might do that, Gladys. What time do you think would be good? Y'all, I have an addiction. This snow isn't helping. I go to the store and see all the pretty green stuff and gotta buy the pretty. Pretty soon my house is gonna push me right out because of the plants. I know what you're saying. I had ivy and all kind of plants, and it grew so much in the yard. And then the first freeze we had, my son came home and I had moved it all in the house. My living room virtually looked like a nursery. It had so much greenery in it. He says, "Whoa, Mom." I said, "I know, I kind of went overboard bringing my ivy plants in, but I said, they're so pretty, I didn't want them all to die." But over the years, they died out, and I don't have any now. Don't have any ivy at all, really. Not the kind I used to have. I had hanging pots of ivy, and those runners were like 12 to 20 foot long, and they were beautiful. I did not want those plants to die. So I literally made a wall of hanging ivy between my living room and my kitchen, right along the bar. It was just a wall of ivy because the runners were hanging down from the pots, and it looked like a wall of ivy. It was really pretty, but it was kind of overkill on plants, that's for sure. And then I had pots of ivy all over the living room. I mean, anywhere I could put a pot down. Any Anywhere I could put a pot, I had an ivy pot or ivy plant. I gotta get me a bottle of water. Move it, little buddy. Get over here and get me a bottle of water. Seven is good. Well, we'll see. Because you know we go live at 7 tomorrow night, too. I'll be home today, hopefully doing laundry. I got laundry I probably need to get done. But that's the advantage of living by yourself. You can do your laundry whenever you feel like it. Yeah, washerman is going to fix it. Yeah, well, hopefully you get that washer fixed and you'll be able to get your laundry done. Feels good to be a free woman. I agree with that. Little buddy agrees with that. What? I don't have nothing up here for you. You already ate all your food I just gave you? That was the last of that can. You've ate a whole can of food. Well, thank you, April. I'm glad I was an inspiration to you. Hopefully I'll be an inspiration to a lot of people. Yeah, that's me, April. Only I've been alone now for 40 years or more, and I do everything. If it gets done, usually I do it. Okay, Gladys, your nurse is there, so have a good day if you don't come back in later. You're right, April. There's a lot of things that I've accomplished and done that I never thought I'd be able to do. Like I used to get up and tar the top of the house myself. I've done a lot of repairs myself. Anything that I could possibly do myself, I've done, so I don't have to get a repairman in here. I could do a lot more if it wasn't for my back and neck injury. But I'm limited, you know. I can't pick up real heavy stuff. It bothers me to push and pull and strain on things. And just using the drill when I put my wood floor down like it did me in. Just the vibration from that drill to my neck injury. Oh, could not imagine the problems that caused. Yeah, April, you don't know if you can do something or not until you try. And a lot of times if you try, you end up doing it and you don't have to get a repairman in or somebody else to come in and do it for you. Makes you feel more independent when you do that. You can do it, April. You can get a hardwood floor down. If I had my sheets of plywood here, I could probably put down my other bedroom floors, or I'd try it anyway. I'm going to need help with my room because my bed, I've got a queen size bed. That bed is really heavy. So it's going to have to be leaned up against the wall or completely taken out of the room to be able to put the floor down. And I cannot do that by myself. The mattress alone is so heavy, I couldn't move that out of the room by myself. There's no way. But one reason I went ahead and did the hallway and that bedroom floor, the small bedroom, is because when my washing machine leaked 2 or 3 times, it affected the floor in the hallway and that bathroom. So I had to put down a floor in the hallway. And I already had repaired part of the floor in the bathroom. But I need to put another top floor on it. And hopefully I will not have any more washing machine leakage going on. But you never know. Yep. And you can get that flooring that looks like wood that you put down in panels that like lock together. A girlfriend of mine, she said she put her floor down by herself. She said that was the easiest thing she'd ever done was put those panels down on her floor. Now it all looks like wood. With me, though, I've got to put down the plywood first to reinforce the floor. And then I can put any type of flooring on top of it I want to, or I can just leave it as the wood color. You know, the way I made it look like plank boards. I can leave it like that forever if I want, and I probably will part of it. Yeah, I wanted to do all my floor too, April. I just haven't been able to get it done. I hate to order the plywood because then they'll bring it and they'll put it in a stack in the yard, and then I've got to move it and get it in the shed because I don't want it to rain on it or it'll cover it up or something. And then those sheets are pretty heavy for me to move by myself into the house. I don't have a pickup, so I've got to put whatever I get in my car, which I have to have them at least cut it in half or something to even be able to get it in the back of the car. I mean, I can have them deliver it, but they always charge you at least $60 or more just to deliver. And I hate to pay $60 to deliver maybe 5 or 6 sheets of plywood. You know, that's a bit much. Yeah, you can do your floor, April. It's not that difficult. It's just my back and neck injury that, you know, kind of hinders me. If I didn't have my back or neck injury, it wouldn't bother me at all putting that wood down. Yep, that's right, April. We just have to do smaller loads of more trips. It might take me longer to get my floor down than somebody else, but I can eventually get it done. Okay, Paws in the Garden, you have a blessed day. I need to buy another can of sealer too when I get my wood. More wood to go down. Those sheets of plywood come in 4 by 8 foot sheets. And I'm thinking if I cut each one in half, I'll be able to get it in the back of my car. Because that way it's only 4 foot wide to slip up in the car. And I have to go measure. I think it would fit. I just hate to have to cut them in half. I'd rather leave them whole. The ones I could leave whole to put down on the floor. It makes your floor stronger. But, you know, if I have to cut them in half, I have to cut them in half. We'll see. April says, I got to get out of bed. I feel like crawling back in the bed. Like I said, this is a rainy day and all I want to do is cuddle up and go to sleep. Get me a good warm blanket and curl up like little buddy and go to sleep. Yeah, that's the only way I could bring it home in my car is to get it cut in half. And they'll cut it in half for you. Kitties and doggies are waiting. I hear that. Yeah, they want to know where's mommy, where's breakfast. Yeah, I usually get my plywood at Home Depot, and they'll cut it for you, and they don't charge you to cut it. Lowe's will cut it, but they charge you like 50 cents a cut, which that's not bad at all, as long as you don't have a million cuts to do. Because I've gotten wood with them before and had them cut it. Yeah, I found that too, April. Home Depot is a lot cheaper than Lowe's is. And I've been using, and the reason I used it is because I had a couple of sheets left in the shed from where I did some other work. It was 19/32 is the size of the plywood, and it's plenty thick enough to go on my floor. So I use those sheets to do my hallway in that small bedroom. So that's the size I'm going to use for the rest of the house. But it was treated sanded plywood. So it's about $50 a sheet. So you're looking at around $250 or more just to do the bedroom. One bedroom. I bought 12 sheets of it to do the living room and kitchen one time before, so I know it's going to take 12 sheets to do that, or maybe 11 because I had 1.5 sheets left of that, and that's what I went ahead and did the hallway and the small bedroom with. But the guy told me, he said, lady, he said, you're using treated sanded wood. He said, that wood will last forever indoors. I thought to myself, well, that's the idea. I said I didn't want to put cheap plywood down and have to replace it in 10 years or 15 years. I want to put it down and forget about it, and not do anything else to it unless change the top floor. It's worth spending a little bit more money when you're originally doing something than it is to go the cheap route and pay for it in 10 or 15 years, you know? Yeah, that's right. Each one of those stores carry their own brands. You're trying to decide what color to paint the outside of your house. What color is it now, April? Tan with dark brown trim. But you want to change it. Well, you could go with light green and dark green trim. Or any of the colors, you know, just do the house the lighter color and then do the trim the darker. I always kind of like green for a house, if it was the right color green. You were thinking light green? See there, April, we think alike. Light green looks good here. Yeah, I figured it might, because you live in a tropical paradise, so green would go real well. Peaceful feeling, yeah. And I'm sure the tan and the brown fit right in too. But I'm sure the green will as well. You never liked the tan? Well, then you'll probably love your green if you paint it green. Just try to match your green to your surroundings, you know, your leaves and your trees and everything, and it'll fit right in. Oh, I'm sure, you know, everybody's thankful for their house. It don't matter what color it is. I've thought several years of repainting my house a green color because I kind of like the green shed. That was the only color I could get it in when I ordered that. And they just brought it already built and set it on the lot. My green shed in the backyard. And I said, well, the house would look good painted green. But I've never done it. You have banyan trees all around. Yeah, well, you could somehow match the color green to that. Take you in a leaf to your paint store. Have them mix your paint up. It's expensive, the paint is. I know here at Lowe's, they'll mix the paint for you, match any color you want. So, yeah, I'd take me a part of one of them leaves in and tell them I want paint the color of this leaf to paint my house. Or one of them. I don't know if that's the color you want, because I'm sure there's a lot of different green colors around you. Oh, wow, $400. Well, you know, when you go to paint a house, that's a big item to paint, so it uses a lot of paint. I've never painted a whole house or paid to have it painted, so I don't know how much paint it would take, but I'm sure it takes quite a few gallons of paint. Takes 5 gallons. 400. Oh my God, $400 for 5 gallons of paint. That's a lot. Yeah, but I'm sure it's an investment, like you say, and it'd be well worth it. You'll have to catch you some paint on sale. If I had to, I'd wait till they put white paint on sale and tell them to put the color in it to match the green. They'd probably look at me like I've lost my mind, but hey, I'd get my paint cheaper. I do stuff like that, April. Yeah, because it rains a lot. You got to keep your house painted to keep it waterproof. So when it comes to your house, it's well worth the $400 you got to spend. My house is aluminum siding, so water's not getting through that unless there's a hole or a crack in it. I'm waiting for our president to change. You think that's going to affect your paint prices? Well, see here, they don't recommend you build anything out of wood because of the dry, hot climate. Your wood actually dry rots in Texas. It's better to build your house out of brick, stone, or anything like that rather than to use wood, if you can afford to do it. I know back where I'm from in North Carolina, it's always so humid. They get a lot of rain there, and the termites are really bad, so you're always having to spray your house for termites. That's one reason my dad, when he built the house we lived in, he built it out of cinder blocks. Of course, the inside was wood, but you had the outside block, so that was kind of weatherproofed right there. And he did paint it, because water will soak in a cinder block. So you do have to keep the outside painted with a waterproof paint. But you don't have to worry about your cinder blocks dry rotting or rotting from the wet either. Okay, Lisa, well, you have a good day. I need to get busy too. I got things I need to do, but like I said, I can't get motivated to do them. All I can think up is curling back up, covered up with a blanket, and going back to sleep. And it's almost 11 o'clock here, and that's the last thing I need to do. You have a cottage to work on top. Huh. April, you're up and you're in the kitchen now. Okay. Well, fix us some breakfast. Oh, me. I'm yawning. I've already had my cup of coffee and my one little breakfast burrito I ate with my coffee this morning. I had that several hours ago. Around 8, I guess. 8 o'clock, 8:30. Almost ready for lunch now. Cowgirl coffee. I don't know if I could handle cowgirl coffee. That'd be a little bit strong for me, I think. I make coffee and take it back to bed. Well, I usually make a cup of coffee and something for breakfast, and then I sit down and get on the laptop and check and see who's going on live on YouTube, or see what's going on YouTube before I get my day going. And sometimes that's a bad thing to do, because I sit there and start seeing things I want to watch, and then I sit there half a day watching stuff, and I don't get things done. I've got to go to the post office today, I know. Us YouTube people, I know. YouTube is addicting. Not only that you do your own videos, but you get on there and you want to watch and see what everybody else is doing or what they're up to. I try to stay up with Steve Wallace, and since his wife died, it's been kind of hit and miss with his videos, and I feel bad for him. I thought he was going off the deep end there one time, and he still may. I mean, it's hard to lose your spouse like that. Yeah, it is, April. You get on there and start chatting with friends, and you just want to sit there and chat all the time. It's the next best thing to having them right there with you. Oh, I don't know what direction I want to go in first today. Yeah, hours do fly by, April. You can get on your computer and bring up something on YouTube, get into chat, and you'll be sitting there for 3 hours before you even realize it. That's why you're always doing something while you watch and chat. There's Randy. Hello, Randy. How are you doing today? I'm doing great. It's just rainy today here, which, I don't mind. It's 47 degrees right now. And I didn't have another cooking video to do today, or hadn't thought of one. So I just thought I'd go live and see how many people come in to chat. Oh, me. Rainy days make me sleepy. Gonna go feed your kitties. Well, go ahead, April. They'll drive you crazy till you feed them. I know little buddy will drive you crazy if he's hungry till you feed him. How's your day been going, Randy? I have 6. They live outside in the garage. I was thinking about building little buddy a little house outside. Have his own little house. Make him a cat house. I've never heard of anybody doing that, but you make dog houses, why not a cat house? He's digging holes everywhere, don't know what to do. I don't know. I don't know what to advise you on that. Evidently, he's trying to dig something up. There must be something in the ground that he's after. I don't know. I can't believe it either, Randy, because it's hit and miss with you. I never know when you're working and when you're home or any of it. Usually I'm in bed, right? You're usually in bed because you got to go to work. Oh, man. I keep yawning even though I drank a cup of coffee. And I'm fighting fixing another cup of coffee. I don't want to get back to where I drink coffee all day. It's rainy there too, Randy. Yeah, it's just a gloomy, rainy day here today, but I'm not complaining. We need the rainwater. And like I said before, it's not freezing cold, so I mean it's cool, it's 47 degrees, but that's not like 20 degrees outside, so I'm thankful for that. That's one reason I went live, because I didn't have a cooking video to do this morning. It's raining outside. So I said, well, I'm just going to get on YouTube and go live and see how many ladies pop up. Oh, all that sounds so good, Brandy. Stuffed pork chops, baked apples for dinner tonight. with rice and gravy. That all sounds real good. Ooh, me. You just got home from work. So you must have worked all night. And there's Kevin. Hello, Kevin. How was Kevin today? Usually if I get apples, I'm making apple turnovers or apple pies or applesauce. Oh no, you're sick. Sorry to hear that, Kevin. Gladys said earlier that she had the flu. Yeah, it's flu season. But you know, it's been years since I've gotten the flu. I've taken so many vitamins to build up my immune system that usually I don't get sick anymore. Maybe make some cabbage and stewed tomatoes. That sounds good. Cabbage soup sounds good. Make some cabbage vegetable soup. Oh, wow. And there's TT Sharon. Good morning. How's Sharon this morning? Yeah, well, I didn't plan to go live either, Sharon. I just did it at the spur of the moment to see how many people might pop in. You did 12 hours last night? Wow, that was a long time. You're ready for bed then. You're ready to eat breakfast or lunch and go to bed. I know that's probably what I'd be ready to do. You got 2 big apples and thought maybe baked apples with pork chops tonight. They're easy and don't have to babysit them. Yeah, that sounds good, Randy. I love baked apples. It's been a long time since I've just actually baked apples. Everywhere where you're at seems to have the flu had it just before Christmas around there. Oh, okay. What's T. Sharon been up to? Oh wow, they had Christmas later because of having the flu. You got your chicken enchilada soup going in the crock pot and setting here starting seeds. I wish I could start some seeds right now. I don't have nowhere in the house to set up seeds, even with a heating mat. I'd have to do all that out in the greenhouse, and I don't know if it would stay warm enough in the greenhouse, even with a heat mat, to get my seeds to come up. Yeah, what type of seeds are you ordering, Sharon? I think April can pretty much grow year round in Hawaii where she's at. Well, that's good, T. Sharon. You got a grow shed and you got grow lights and all that. I don't have all that. I don't have grow lights. I do have that shed, but you know, it's a plastic shed. And I don't know if I could keep it warm enough even with grow lights out there. Not on a freezing cold night. I just don't know. I don't know, Kevin. I haven't decided yet. I didn't know of anything to cook this morning, so that's one reason I just decided to go live. How's Kevin doing? I posted a video earlier on chickpeas. It's only about 9 minutes long, so it's not a long video. Yeah, I've got that seed heating mat that I was sent by one of the subscribers, but I'm not sure where I'm going to be able to use it at. I don't know. Like I said, I've never used a heat mat before, so I'm going to have to do some research on it and see where I might be able to use it. Oh, I'm sorry, Clevin. It'll clear up, I guess, sooner or later. Well, I was thinking about maybe putting a tray of seeds out in the greenhouse because I do have a light run out there I can plug in the heat mat. and try them out there. I don't know if it'll work or not, because that greenhouse is not heated, and it's just a plastic covered greenhouse. So I don't know if it'll work or not, but I guess I can try it. Yeah, I am too, Randy. I'm hoping for a lot better garden to grow this summer than last year. Hopefully we'll get more rainfall this summer, and it won't get extremely hot. Not all summer anyway. And I've still got that canopy top to try to repair or do something with, and I'm not sure right now how I'm going to be able to do that. I think it'll be easier to repair it than it would be to try to disassemble it and take it all apart and get rid of it. You're still getting greens out of your shed? Well, I probably would too, but I didn't grow greens in my shed, so. And mine's not that big. It's only like maybe, I don't know, 5 feet by 6 feet, something like that. It's not very big at all. How neat, April. It must be nice to live in a place like April where you can grow plants year round. They don't ever die. I think I would love that. I might try that, Randy. On my peppers, I don't know. I don't know. I'd love to get an early start on peppers and tomatoes this year, if possible. And I should not need grow light since it's a clear plastic. It would get plenty of sunshine during the day. The greenhouse might even heat up too much during the day. I might have to, like, open the door a little bit on it. Your banana peppers are blooming. Yeah, mine did too, Randy. I didn't get any really beans, squash, zucchini, or none of that. It was too hot on the plants. Y'all don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Yeah, my potatoes didn't even do very well last year. I think I'm going to try them a different way this year. And maybe if I get them planted earlier in the summer, they might do something. I had a late start on mine. Yeah, see, I don't have a window in my house that I could put um, seed pots to that would get enough sun to even help them. Yeah, my greenhouse would be my best bet. I'm not sure when is the best time to plant potatoes. I'm going to have to check on that. You have grow lights for microgreens. Well, that's neat, April. I really have not grown microgreens yet. I've just grown the greens out in the garden, that give full size. I might try microgreens. I don't know. Keep them indoors. Yeah, I'd have to keep mine in the greenhouse, which I said is not heated. So I don't know how long they would survive out there. And I've still got several packages of greens that I put in the freezer from my garden this past summer. And I should have got out there and harvested them before this last freeze we had, because I lost a lot of my greens just from that freeze that killed the leaves. And I should have harvested them before that, but I didn't. Yeah, Randy, you can try again, because if it's a greenhouse similar to what I've got, you can buy replacement plastic. The covers that just fit right back over that frame. And it'll be just like a new greenhouse. You put them in smoothies. Sometimes I do, but usually I just cook them and eat them like they are. Or put them in a pasta dish like I did my shrimp pasta the other day. Yeah, in the summertime, I have to put shade cloth on mine and open the door because it gets way too hot inside. You lost your lime tree and orange tree to the freeze, yeah. It's sad when you lose plants because it's freezing. But there's not a whole lot you can do. There's Susan. Hello, Susan. Welcome. We've been on here for what, about 2 hours now, talking about gardening, about mail order catalogs, one thing another. But I know it takes a long time for your pepper plants to germinate and come up. I'd had a hard time with that last year. You know, it was the end of the summer before anything came up. But they did give me a pretty good yield in peppers. And I'd like to get some started earlier this year. And I might try the heating pad with that. Starting peppers and my tomatoes. Those are two that I'd love to get early starts with. You were sleeping so sound you didn't hear anybody ding you. Well, that's good because you do need your sleep too. I know. I think that's one thing that tries to put me back to sleep is watching these candles. Watching candles burn and fireplaces always relax and make me sleepy. Make me want to cuddle up with a blanket and go to sleep. Gladys was wanting me to go live again tonight, so I don't know, maybe. We'll see. Making your doggy breakfast now. I guess he appreciates that, April. Yeah, but when they sprout, T. Sharon, it'll still be too cold to put them outside, and they won't get enough light inside to grow good. That's my problem. I can sprout them in the house. I've done it before. But the tomato plants get long and stringy looking. They don't grow well in the house. They don't get enough sunlight. And I don't have anywhere I can set up grow lights inside. So it would have to be done in my greenhouse somehow. The little clear totes are the best thing that I've found for trying to sprout plants from seeds here, because it makes like a little greenhouse, and I can put them inside my big greenhouse, and that gives them double insulation from the cold. And I've had my best luck with them doing that. That's always good news, Susan, when you get money back and you don't have to pay more taxes when you do your tax return. I don't have anything to do a tax return on yet. I don't do it on my retirement check since it's Social Security retirement. You know, that's tax-free, so you don't have to file a return on that. And I don't think I've made enough on YouTube this year to even worry about filing a return. And I haven't gotten a 1099 or whatever it is they send out. I'll have to check AdSense and see. Oh, I see, Sharon, Susan. Yeah, they always want to charge you to do your tax return. I usually do my own. I don't know if I'll be doing it myself with YouTube or not. Just depends on how much I make. But like I said, I don't think I've made enough on YouTube this year to worry about filing an income tax return. I usually would get money back, and I'd say that was my vacation money. Because when I was working, I'd have them take out money off of my check every week to pay in, and then at the end of the year, I would get it all back. It was like putting money in the bank for a vacation fund, or money in the bank to buy something I needed. Well, I'm thinking if I put them in a clear greenhouse and keep a heat mat underneath the pot, the little cup, maybe that'll keep them warm enough that they'll sprout and they'll get enough sun in the greenhouse to where they'll grow properly. Yeah, me too, Susan. I'd rather them take out as much as I can out of my check every week and then not have to pay anything at the end of the year. It was always fun getting a decent check back from the IRS, you know. It's like, right, I don't mind paying in all year when you give it all back to me in one lump sum at the end of the year. And see, that's one thing I wanted to get started early is the bigger tomatoes, Randy, the slicing tomatoes. I mean, I have good luck with the little cherry and grape tomatoes. They're no problem, but the ones I have a problem with and need to get started early are the bigger slicing tomatoes. What was your trick for the bigger tomatoes, Randy? And you know what? I'd love to have a couple of raised beds out there under my canopy this year. But I'm not sure how I would want to do them or if I could afford to put them in. Well, me getting my compost bins full and getting them set, ready to go for when the heat hits them, to break all that down to get compost to put in my pots and totes, that's getting ready for me. But like I said, I think I would like to have a couple of above ground beds. Make beds out of wood and those bricks that wood fits in. Yeah, I've seen that. But it does take money to buy all the stuff you need to put in a raised bed, and I don't know if I will be able to afford it. I've been looking at I've seen some people get the galvanized panels and make the walls of their their raised bed with that, and use posts in the corners. I've thought about that too, so I don't know. There's a lot of different ways you can do raised beds. And I'm checking on seeing which is the cheaper route to go that would be best for here. Well, I've grown pretty tomatoes just in an 18-gallon tote. That's what most of my tomatoes grow in, or a 5-gallon bucket. Well, I wish I could plant in the ground again, because that's the best, but I've got so much Bermuda grass growing in my garden space right now, it would choke your plants out if you tried to grow them. Because you can clear all that grass out and still it's going to come up. Those bricks are cheap here. I don't know how much they are here. But I'd have to fix the bottom somehow for drainage, but yet would not let that Bermuda grass grow up in it, because if it got in the bed, it would take over the bed. I'd literally have to take the bed apart and take all the dirt out to get rid of the Bermuda grass. Because even though I have rocks and boulders in my garden space, I could take a shovel and dig around those and be able to put seeds in the ground. And I grew some of my prettiest zucchini and squash and stuff like that in that spot. But now, since I got that load of dirt that had that Bermuda grass seed in it, the grass takes over. I didn't know they had put grass seed in it, or I would not have let them put it there. I didn't find out till after the fact, when all of a sudden I had Bermuda grass growing everywhere. You dig cane grass out and make planters. You virtually cannot get rid of Bermuda grass. I mean, once you got it growing in your yard, it's there. It's not going anywhere. It will just spread. You can dig it up, you can do whatever you want, but it's going to still be there. Yes, ma'am, it is, Susan. It's the best type of grass to grow here in Texas in this heat, because it'll die down, disappear, and as soon as it warms up and you get rain, it comes right back. Where the other block grass, once it dies off, it doesn't come back. You'll end up with weeds. The only problem is it's invasive, and you don't want it in your garden area, for sure. And that's where mine is. Yeah, you fought the lawn and the lawn won. That's the way my garden space is. I fought the grass and the grass won. That's one reason I decided to go ahead and put it in totes and pots, so I don't have to fight the grass. At least the Bermuda grass, anyway. Yeah, you can virtually grow anything in a 5-gallon bucket. I've seen people grow potatoes, tomatoes, squash, anything that you can grow in the ground, you can grow in a 5-gallon bucket. You have squirrels on your deck. Yeah, they'd have a smorgasbord with your, or buffet with your plants. You'd have to take tulle and cover your plants, your pots. Somehow make take some tomato stakes or something to make a little frame above the plant and cover it with tulle, and that will keep your squirrels out of them. Little buddy, you want to go out? Yeah, that tulle will keep a lot of varmints away from your plants. Just kind of like tin it over your plant. Kind of tuck it down into the pot around the edge. And it'll keep the squirrels from bothering your plants. They won't go in that tulle. Well, hi, Pinky. How are you doing? Glad you could make it into chat today. Well, good deal, Susan. Thank God for good neighbors, huh? But you know, you can buy a 40-foot long bolt of tulle online for like $14, and it's about 56 inches wide or wider. So you could buy one bolt of that stuff and have enough to cover any pot on your deck that you needed to cover with it. Just get you a couple of tomato stakes to make a frame. Well, good, Pinky. Well, good, Pinky. I hope you come in more often. Or get anything that you can frame over your plant and then cover it with tulle, tin it. And see, the tulle will let all the sunlight go into your plant. It'll let the rainwater go into your plant, but it'll keep the squirrels out. And do we get Joanne coming in? Well, good. Don't forget the thumbs up, ladies. Yeah, that's a good idea. Use that tomato cage for a frame. And then tulle the whole thing. That lets your plant grow, but it keeps the varmints out. Yeah, that's the way it is here, Susan. It's rainy, dreary looking outside, but it has warmed up a little bit. It did not get to freezing last night, and it's not going to be down to freezing for a week or so. And it's going to be in the 40s during the day or higher. I'm in zone 8 here, so you can't grow stuff year round. I mean, some things will survive through the winter months, but you just can't really have a garden in the wintertime here. Not unless it's indoors. If you got a heated greenhouse, you could, but you just can't grow stuff outside year round here. Not like April and not like people can in California. We do have cold, freezing temperatures here in Texas in the wintertime, so. And it usually just gets cold enough, long enough to kill the plants, and then it starts warming back up. Yes, ma'am, I am talking. You can't hear me? You should be able to hear me. I just started to say, I don't have anything muted on my end. You should be able to hear me fine. Susan's in Kansas. Well, Melissa, I'm glad to have you. Welcome. And I hope you come back to my live chats more often. I can't do that. My closets are full. I don't have anywhere to move stuff out of a closet. And I don't have grow lights. So like I said, anything that I start early is going to have to be done in the greenhouse, I'm sure. They have a way you can get it on monthly payments, so going to look into it. Yeah, see, my house is not big enough to have stuff like that. And I've got furniture everywhere. I just don't have anywhere to put seed starting stuff with mats and anything. I'm limited with space here. Well, if worse come to worse, Susan, I guess I could get a little electric heater and put it in the greenhouse and try to heat it with a little electric heater out there, but it would probably cost a lot of money to do that. Because those little electric heaters cost some money, I mean, to run. Okay, Pinky, well, you have a good day, and please come back to my next chat. Come into chat anytime, whenever you can. We'd love to have you. And you too, Melissa. I always love new people coming in. Yeah, it's hard unless you've got really big rooms in your apartment to grow stuff indoors. Sounds like you got a full day planned, April. Well, it will with electric heaters, those little electric heaters, because I've used them before. Those things will run your electric bill up. A heat mat may not. I don't know about a grow light. I don't have grow lights. I've never used them before. But if you put one of those little electric room heaters in there, it'll run your electric bill up. They pull a lot of electricity. That sounds like a good thing to do, just relax at the beach. We need to go visit April. We could all relax on the beach. Okay, Randy, I understand. I know what it's like when you hold down a job. And there's Nancy McKay. Hello, Nancy. Glad to have you. Susan said, I've never relaxed at the beach. That's why we need to go visit April. Dig your toes in the warm sand. That sounds really good. I know she's rubbing it in. She wants us to come see her in Maui. We can camp out in her yard, her little paradise. Is there any little hotels or motels on Maui, April, where you live? We need to go invade Maui and visit April for a week or two. You don't know if you could fly? I don't know if I could either. I don't know if I could handle flying all the way to Hawaii. You could always swim, Susan. Go by boat. You have a 4-man tent. I have a 14 by 14 foot tent that stands about 7 feet tall. I mean, it would probably hold 4 to 6 people. No, flying's not my thing either, Kevin. But I've done it when I've had to, when I had to do it. There was no other way to get where I needed to go the time I needed to get there. I haven't seen Connie. Yeah, I was kind of scared the first few times I flew in a plane too. Now it doesn't bother me as much. You just kind of get used to it. What I'm afraid of in flying right now is not only COVID, because I know COVID is still out there, but it's terrorists. I mean, nowadays you don't know if you get on an airplane to go to Hawaii that you'd ever end up in Hawaii. You may end up in Cuba or India or somewhere. There's no telling. You couldn't fly that long, Nancy, because you have trouble flying from Oklahoma to Texas. Well, and that's only what, about a half hour? You always had kids to watch at the beach. Now you just watch my dog. Yeah, so you can really relax now, huh, April? And she says she's not going to fly anywhere either. Yeah, I figure Connie's working. Well, I never could concentrate on a book if I was at the beach. I was too busy watching the water, the waves, the boats, the people. There's no way I could concentrate and read a book if I was on the beach. I mean, you see what's going on in the world right now. You see what happened to the towers. So we don't know when our next attack will be or how it will be. And I'm not real anxious to get on an airplane to go anywhere. Well, I just couldn't do that. I'm too much into my surroundings if I'm at the beach to see everything. There's no way I could concentrate and read a book. Well, I've never been afraid of elevators, but even with my claustrophobia, I guess they're big enough that it doesn't bother me. But anything smaller than that, I have a problem with. That's because I look terrible this morning. She says she's only seeing candles. That's because I look terrible this morning. Yeah, I'm hiding. I'm still in my PJs. Yeah, sometimes if I lay down and close my eyes, I'll literally fall asleep if I'm laying in the hot sun. April says I go swimming and surfing. Yeah, so if you do all that, how can you just sit there and read a book? I mean, reading a book to me on the beach is impossible. Yeah, I guess we'll all stay on the ground. We'll have to charter a boat to go to Hawaii to visit April. And I don't know if I want to do that. I don't like being out in all that water either. What time is it here? My goodness, it's 12 o'clock. I've been on my live for 2.5 hours already. I should be showered, dressed, and eating lunch by now. I don't know how great I always look. But I got to get busy because I've got to go to at least make it to the post office today. I know. Usually when I get up, that's the first thing I do, shower and get dressed. Come in here and feed little buddy, get me some breakfast and a cup of coffee. But like I said, it's rainy today. I'm lazy. All I want to do is hibernate. I don't even want to have to go to the post office, but I've got that prize to mail to Connie from Trivia. And it's sitting here on the table packaged up. I haven't mailed it yet. It's a full moon tomorrow. Maybe that's what it is, April. I can't get going today. Yes, I'm running way behind. I didn't realize it was noon already. Yep, time flies when you're having fun. That's what it is. It's just a lazy day today. Yesterday was too. Because we really had it raining yesterday. I was out in the rain with an umbrella uncovering my collard greens because I wanted them to get rainwater. Since it's not going to be freezing cold this week. Oh, really? I've never heard that, Melissa. They say full moons are heck for ER rooms and law enforcement. I'm getting hungry too, Susan. I'm going to have to get me some lunch pretty soon. Weirdos come out in the full moon. I wouldn't doubt that, April. I'm weird. So you've heard. Well, I got 30 people in here so far, but I only got 19 likes. Y'all need to hit the like button. I'm in East Texas, and I was looking for anything to come floating by my window. It rained that much. Oh, my goodness, Nancy. Well, I'm up on this hill, so I doubt anything's going to float by my window. Melissa says her first ex was a cop. How long were you married to your cop, Melissa? Your dad was a police officer, April? Well, I had an uncle that was chief of police, and then my grandfather was a New York City cop and detective. So I've got cops in my family too. Married to him for 5 years. Together about 10. Well, I'm sorry to hear that y'all broke up after being together for that long. Both times I was married for about 10 years each time. Which I know, as far as marriages go, that's not very long. Sharon, you were a 911 dispatcher for 30 years? Oh, wow. And there's Michelle. Hello, Michelle. Glad you could join us. Well, I'm glad you popped in, Michelle. I didn't plan on going live. I just all of a sudden decided to go live because I didn't know what else to do since it's rainy today. Cops' kids are the worst. Retired in 2017. And there's Connie. She finally made it in. We figured you were working, Connie, so you probably wouldn't have the time to pop into our chat today. I didn't plan on it. I just did it all of a sudden. April says she was naughty and she still is. Raining in Pittsburgh as well. Yeah, it's been rainy here for several days now, so I've not been able to get out and do anything in the garden, and all I've been doing is cooking videos, and I wasn't sure what cooking video to do today. I even got out there yesterday with the umbrella and my boots on and uncovered my collard greens because I wanted them to get some rainwater because we're not having freezing temperatures any this week. Oh, you were sleeping? Well, that's a good thing. You need your sleep. Well, the longer I stay live, the more people I get in chat. Yeah, are you feeling any better today, Susan? I mean, Connie? And there's Snow White. Hello, Snow White. Glad you could pop in. Well, good. I've still got Connie's sitting here on my table. I got to get to the post office. I don't know if I'll make it to the post office today or not. You're the same, Connie? Well, I hope we don't. I've just got the 10-day forecast. I haven't looked into an extended forecast. If I knew that was true, I'd go ahead and start me some seeds in the greenhouse. But of course, I'm not where you're at either, Sharon, so I don't know what the weather's going to be like in Texas. I'll have to check into the extended forecast, though, and see what's going on. Then I can decide what I want to do with my garden more, so. Ours is usually pretty quick unless it's going out of the country. Now, if it's going to Hawaii, it may take a few days longer, or Canada, or somewhere like that. Sharon says, I'm just an hour from you. Where are you, Sharon? Well, I don't have dogs to worry about, Michelle, so it's just me, and I usually take my boots off at the door. I don't walk across the floor with them. I keep my boots sitting at the back door all the time. Well, I think it's still about, I don't know, 47 here maybe. No, it's 45 degrees here. And we've had nothing but rain for days. It's going to be clear tomorrow, but it's going to be rainy again Friday. And it will get down to 33 degrees Saturday night. Or that's what they're predicting right now. But after that, the temperatures will be like 34, 39, 51, 56 at night for the following week, and it'll be up in the 60s during the day. So that looks pretty darn good. But I'll have to check, like I said, on the extended forecast and see what the rest of the time's going to be from like now till March. Yeah, I'm usually going barefoot in my house, or I'll have my slippers at the door with my other shoes, and if I come in from outside, I take my boots off at the door, leave them at the door, and I put my slippers on, because I don't go outside usually with my slippers on, so they stay pretty clean. Depends on if it's cold or not. If it's real cold, I put my slippers on. If it's hot, I go barefoot, because the cool floor feels good. Connie says it's good sign my crocus is trying to come up. Spring is coming. Well, that's a good practice to do, April, is to take your shoes off at the door. I know my brother and his wife in New York, they lived in an apartment. And even though they walked on the sidewalk, they never walked in the dirt or mud. Everybody still took their shoes off at the door when you went in their apartment. Your shoes stayed in the hallway at the door. Sometimes I wish that my back porch or patio was closed in. I'd leave my shoes out there. but it's open, so I can't leave shoes back on my back patio because I'd have some stray dog come up and take my shoes off. Well, like I said, Susan, if it's hot weather, I like to go barefoot in the house because it cools your feet off to walk on the cool floor. But in the wintertime, I want slippers on. Well, this winter when it's real freezing cold at night, I've left my socks on going to bed. Yeah, I was just thinking a mud room would be great. I'd love to have a mud room on the back side of my house. That's the reason I mentioned having an enclosed patio. That would be like a mud room. I'd leave my shoes out there. But I do leave them at the door. That's why you see boots and shoes sitting at my back door a lot of times when you can see my back door in my videos. 'Well, y'all, I keep getting more and more coming into chat, which I love. Or we've got some silent viewers because it's up to what, 30, 31 right now, which is good. That means only 10 people have not hit the thumbs up. $21 thumbs up. You're right, Susan. Nothing better than to climb in bed and have fresh washed and dried sheets on your bed. In fact, I need to pull the sheets off my bed right now and wash them. I just haven't done it. I like to do it at least once a week. You like the afternoon chat? You're not as tired? Well, that's good. Yeah, it is heaven just sliding in those clean, fresh smelling sheets. I know my daughter-in-law years ago, she made the comment, "Oh my God," she said, "I love these sheets. They're so fresh smelling," because I had always dried my stuff out on the clothesline. Now, if it's real windy and dusty, I will not put my clothes outside because I don't want the pollen and the dust in my clothes with my allergies. But if it's a real calm day, a lot of times I will hang them outside. And she was always used to smelling the sheets coming out of the clothes dryer. And she says, "Oh my God, these smell so good. They smell so fresh. You don't smell the dryer smell in the sheets like they always do, you know. They just smell different coming out of the dryer. than they do if they're coming right off of fresh clothesline. Well, I may have to go live more often in the midday, Kevin. Maybe I'll have more people be able to come in to chat. Or go live at noon to 1 o'clock, somewhere like that. Or even earlier, I don't know. I know, Nancy, it's the best when something smells so fresh from being out on the clothesline in the clean air. I love that smell in my clothes and everything. There's just a little difference when it comes out of the dryer. Yep, it's awesome, Connie. Well, I'm enjoying this chat so much I don't want to get off, but we've been on for almost 3 hours now. Another 5 minutes and we'll be on 3 hours. But I love getting in chat with my subscribers. I have a lot of fun. It's the next best thing to having you right here in front of me. The bed in your spare room has dryer sheets under the covers. Connie says, I was up late last night making soap. What kind of soap did you make, Connie? Yeah, isn't it, Sharon? It's good to find out people's likes and dislikes and little quirks. I've never made any soap. Goat's milk, vanilla, almond oil. I've never tried making soap. I don't know if I'd be any good at it or not. Goat milk soap with almond oil. I'm in love. I've never tried it, so I don't know, April. Almond oil is so sweet smelling. I can imagine it is. I love making medical herb tincture and salves. Never made any of that either, Sharon. So I don't know. Hmm. I've never made any medical herb tincture or whatever that, how you pronounce that word. Never made any of that stuff, or salve or soap or anything. It looks fairly easy, but I've never tried doing it. I bet Connie's soap is amazing. Now we're up to 33. Y'all hit the thumbs up. We need more thumbs up. And Gladys is back. I don't know, Michelle, what is something good to fix for dinner tonight? I have no idea. Y'all give me some ideas of what would be good to cook for dinner tonight. Chicken enchilada soup. I don't know. I don't have all the stuff to make that. I don't have the chips and stuff. Lobsters. Oh, I'd love some lobsters for dinner. I don't have any of those either. I made stuffed pepper soup. It's always good on a yucky day. Yeah, it sounds like it would be. Pasta. Don't have any idea what I want to cook. Yeah, I know the old-timey people, everybody used to make lye soap. I've never even tried that, so I don't know. I don't know what kind of pasta I want to make if I made that. Hmm. Have to think about it. I think Snow White said earlier she got one of the gifts. I don't know if that's the one Gladys is talking about. You make your laundry soap too, Connie? Oh my goodness, you're you're ambitious. Yeah, that's the way I do, T. Sharon. I cook, you know, a regular meal usually, or a big bowl pot of soup, and then I freeze a lot of it. So On the days that I don't want to cook, I can just take something out and pop it in the microwave, heat it up. Make veggie soup, I might do that. I haven't made just a plain old veggie soup in a long time. I might just do that. I am too, Connie. I'm awful at being a tightwad. Oh no, April, you don't. You make your own toothpaste. And you have no cavities. I never would have dreamed of making toothpaste. I wouldn't even know how to start. I have teeth, but they're not pretty white teeth like a lot of people have, and they're not pretty and nice and straight like a lot of people have, but I've got teeth. They're not, I don't have cavities or any problems, but they're not just the prettiest teeth in the world. Well, I know they did. They had to back years ago because they didn't have toothpaste on the market. But I never thought about what they might have made it out of. Make beef tips and rice or just pork chop and taters. I love them. Yeah, I love both of them too, but I don't know what I want to fix. Yeah, I've seen people take just regular charcoal out of a fire and brush their teeth with it. You get your teeth and your toothbrush and your fingers all black with charcoal. But they say it works, it cleans your teeth. Snow White says make tacos. Well, that was real good, TT Sharon. I didn't know even what that was good for. See, I learn something every day. Soft tacos. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know what to do. Don't know what to make. Well, ladies, I feel like I'm keeping, and gentlemen, I feel like I'm keeping everybody from doing their daily things today. We've been on here for 3 hours. Maybe we should get off and get stuff done. Fajitas. Oh, that sounds so good. I made organic sprouted Italian lentil soup. It was good. I bet. Gladys wants me to make a video on vegetable soup. Well, maybe I will do that. Get dressed and run to the post office and come back and make me some vegetable soup. April says, I'm going to watch your chickpea video. Please do, because they're really good. I love them roasted like I fixed them. I could eat a ton of them like that. Yep. Eat them while they're nice and warm, and they're so good. I mean, they're good when they get cold, but they're better when they just come out of the oven and they're still warm. They're still hot. Grilled cheese and tomato soup sounds good. I haven't had grilled cheese and tomato soup in ages. I mean, I fixed a grilled cheese not too long ago, but I didn't have it with tomato soup. And that's usually the way I ate it. I'd either have a peanut butter sandwich with tomato soup or a grilled cheese with tomato soup. Okay, well, ladies, I'm not going to keep y'all any longer. I've got things I've got to get done. I had no idea I'd be on here for 3 hours, but we have been over 3 hours. So I'm going to call it a day for this video so I can get a few things done. And maybe y'all can get things done. So if we go live later tonight or whenever, you'll be able to pop in. Y'all have a good day. Thank you so much for coming in. Tell everybody to like, share, subscribe to my videos, and above all, watch my videos. Y'all have a blessed day, and I'll see you on my next one. Love y'all. Bye.